Okay, vamos a grabar la clase. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's just start facing each other right here in the center of your mat. And take a second to check in. Look down at your 10 toes. Say hello, hola deditos. Say hello to your toes. And then same thing, push your heels one, then the other into the floor for just a moment. Good. And then we're going to exhale, bend your two knees. Just take it nice and light. Whew, that cold front came fast and furious, huh? And then from here, hold with your knees bent for just a moment. And I want you to play with the position of your tailbone. Take your coccyx adelante y atrás, taking your coccyx a little bit forward and a little bit back. So now let's pause with your tailbone moving down slightly, feeling your glúteos. Then lift one heel. And then exhale and change. Lift the opposite heel. Take another breath. Inhale. And exhale, change. Good. Inhale. And exhale, change. Good. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, change. Good. Let's pull two heels down. Take two arms out. Big stretch. And then exhale, come up. Find a little back bend. Vamos a doblar la espalda. So moving your muslos atrás. And then exhale, finding a little back bend as you take your vista, taking your gaze, your eyes back. A few more rounds. Inhale, opening. And exhale, reaching out. Good. And a couple more. Opening your chest. Exhale, moving the arms out. So this one more time. Inhale, open. Exhale with your arms out here for just a momentito. Lightly pulse. Thighs move down and up. 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Now your brazos anchos, abiertos, your arms wide and open. Here you go. We'll go down and up. 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Bring your two palms together. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Las manos arriba. And now you're going to take opposite elbow to knee. So inhale, big stretch. Adelante, arriba. And now remembering that when you twist, we're really going to try to make that twist happen por las costillas, twisting through your ribs. Good. And moving side to side. So trying to keep as much as you can. Equilibrio. Balance through your knees, las rodillas, and balance through your hips, las caderas. Good. So arriba y abajo otra vez. One more time. Cada dirección. One more time. Each direction. Inhaling up and exhale, taking that twist. Now we'll inhale, sweep two arms up. Exhale, finding another little back bend. And now just step your feet a little bit further apart. So shift your weight. One knee, otra rodilla. One knee, and then the other. One knee, and then the other. Good. One knee, and the other. So feel how your ankles, how your toes, how they respond here as your weight shifts. I'm now going to take my weight, hold for a moment on one side. Lift a foot. Exhale, set that foot down. Lift the other foot. And now just take that movement a few times. You can extend the arms as your legs reach out, or just keep your arms out of this if it's too much limb movement too early in the morning. You know, you can imagine you're flying here, flying away. Como no? Good. Let's see what happens if you pause. Good. Let's see what happens if we pause on the other leg. This is sort of like a mini Ardha Chandrasana. Beautiful. Step your 2 feet down, thighs back, arms out. Exhale, up, back bend. Arms out, thighs back. Exhale, up, back bend. Good. Doblando la columna, bending your spine back. Estirando adelante. Good. Inhale And exhale, let's pause down here for just a moment. Hands here to your muslos. And then come across your midline. Inhale up, weight is imperceptible here in your hands. Exhale, otro lado, letting your back stretch. Inhale, and exhale up. I just want you to see light, light, light with the hands. Good, inhaling up, and exhale, switching sides. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, and exhale, one more time each direction. Here we go. And now let's exhale, sweep the two arms out once again, lightly pulsing from the thighs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, arms up, jazz hands. 5, 4, brazos, arriba, adelante, 2, and 1. Once again, coming up, finding a flat back. This time, opposite hand, mano apuesta a tu pie. So opposite hand to your foot, estirando, cruzando el cuerpo, stretching across your body. Very nice. Let's try this a couple more times. Inhaling up, exhaling to twist. So waking up your back, waking up the backs of the legs. Try to imagine that your sitting bones stay over your heels, they don't move far back as you bend. Good. Inhale and exhale. Let's go right and left. One more time. Derecha, izquierda. Muy bien. And now from here all the way up, turn one set of toes out. And as that knee bends, arm comes up and you can kind of stretch the other way. You can walk that foot out just a little bit further. Good. Opening and back. Opening and back. Opening and back. One more time. Opening and back. Now from here, you're going to bend, come over, reach away. Doblando, so it's like the knee comes, or the elbow, your codo comes down to your rodilla. Good. Couple more. Once again, just waking up here. 2 and 1. Very nice. Let's exhale, sweep up, turn those toes in. Opposite toes turn out as your hips continue to face forward. Same thing, arm up as the knee bends. Arm up as the knee bends. Just waking up your coordination. Good. Couple more. Make sure you can see your pinky toe as your knee is doblando. Good. When I said pinky toe, what I meant was big toe. You want to make sure you feel the inner thigh opening out. Good. So now let's come all the way over and reach away. Estirando, los lados de la espalda. So stretching the sides of your back. Abajo, arriba y atrás. Abajo, arriba y atrás. One more time. Abajo, arriba y atrás. Very nice. Now from here, we're going to just come right back up. I'm going to turn my whole body toward my front legs. This is my right leg. It is furthest from the computer screen. Do what's easiest for you. Good. So now begin bending your knees, taking your two arms up and out. Good. So bending the knees, floating through your center. Good. Those are tres más here. Very nice. Good. Just feeling, waking up, moving all that fluid through the body. Shoulders, shoulder blades. Good. Let's pause for just a moment with your arms up. Good. And then we're going to pivot the feet. Go all the way around and try that on the other side. So now this is my left foot forward, bending and straightening. Doblando la rodilla y arriba. Good. Doblando y arriba. Good. All the way. Just a few times. Waking up your shoulders. Los hombros. También las rodillas. Let's pause this time. Brazos arriba. Good, 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 good. And now that back foot, your pie atrás, you're just gonna step it in. And now we should be at the top of our mat. This is my right side facing the computer. We're gonna flow through some other things here. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, take a long forward bend. Inhale, looking up. Now exhale, step back with your right foot, step back with your left foot. Pelvis is up, 2, 3. Pelvis is down, 2, 3. La pelvis arriba, 2, 3. La pelvis abajo, 2, 1. La pelvis arriba, 2, 3. Pelvis abajo, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, hold here. Pelvis arriba. Raise your right leg or the leg closest to the computer screen. Bend the knee. Exhale, place the foot in front, or actually right behind your bottom hand. Then plant the back foot and then come up through a firm warrior. Okay, so hold this warrior one for just a moment. Good, letting your exhales bring you a little deeper into the pose perhaps. Good, and then when and as you feel ready, straighten that front knee. And then you're gonna twist your body towards it. Bring 2 hands down. Just take a little stretch here for a moment. Good, and then the hand closest to the computer, you're gonna bring back. Good, and then begin to bring yourself into a twist. Good, so that bottom rib cage, las costillas abajo, they're pulling down towards the floor as your top rib cage moving in as well. Good, and then from here, let's bend your front knee, take your top arm over your ear. Good, I'm feeling a nice stretch here on the outside of your hip. Beautiful. Excellent, so now we're gonna bring ourselves down for just a moment. 2 hands down. And then if you'd like, step your back foot in a little and lift that back leg up just a hair. Good, and then you can bring your fingertips out. And once again, that arm of the front leg or the leg that's down is gonna lift, and we'll try Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana. Good, let's set that foot down. Good, 2 arms down. Now this won't be tricky, just pay attention. So we're gonna put your back foot into the floor, lift all the way back up, pivot away from the computer screen, come down. And now we're gonna do that same sequence with the other side facing the computer. So now your front foot moves back, you're in a down dog. From your down dog, we're gonna find a plank, 2, 3, and come up, 2, 3, arriba y abajo, 2, 3, y arriba, 2, 1, y abajo, 2, 3. One more, arriba, 2, 1, y abajo, 2, 3. Good. Take the pelvis up. From here, lift your left leg, la pierna izquierda arriba, doblamos. You're gonna bend the knee. Bring the foot right behind your front hand. Turn those toes down and out slightly as you reach yourself up. Good, so warrior one for just a few breaths. Try here in your warrior to really let your pelvis release. So that means your sitting bones can go back a little bit. You can let the back arch and just find a really satisfying stretch of both your front body and your back body. Good. And then we're going to exhale. Start to slowly bring your torso towards your front leg. Good. And Parsva Utthita Parsva Tanasana. Good. So a long spine here. You can stretch down towards that leg if you like. Good. And then you're going to take your top arm, so the arm of the front leg. Bueno, este brazo arriba. And this is Parivrita Trikonasana. Good. So feel bottom rib cage pulls up slightly from the floor. Top rib cage pulls down. Front hip pulls back. Back hip pulls forward. Okay, so all those little bits of energy kind of help keep the pose in equilibrio, in balance. Good. So let's bend your front knee, get the knee right over your heel, top arm, sobre si tu oreja, over your ear, lift up through your back thigh here. Good. And then let's bring that arm all the way down, and your back foot, just step it in a little. Walk your two hands out and exhale, lift the back leg, lengthen through your femur, through your hamstring, big stretch. And then as you like, once again, turn toward, vamos a girar en la dirección de la pierna abajo. You're going to turn towards your down leg. Very nice. Good. And now from here, take that arm down, your back foot, bring it in. Exhale, come to standing, and let's turn to face the computer. So kind of march with your feet just a little. And we are gonna try a little bit of balancing poses. So I'm gonna take a weight to begin on my right leg. Do what makes sense for you. Now I'm gonna lift my left leg up. So just holding your leg lifted is a good balancing pose. If you'd like to grab onto your big toes, you can do that, dropping your two sitting bones, feeling isquiones equilibrados. If you want to just stay here, put a hand at the wall, hand at your hip, or exhale and extend the leg. Just hold 5 breaths. Beautiful. Bending your knee, releasing, coming down, and once again, just lightly moving through your feet. So if you felt any tension there, remembering paso uno, step 1 is just picking your foot up off the floor. So if you hold yourself in a balanced pose for 5, that's great. 5 breaths with your foot up is fantastico. Good. So now put your weight on the opposite leg, whatever leg you haven't lifted. Lift the leg. This is my right leg coming up. Then grab onto the big toe if it feels safe, if it feels comfortable. Good. And then just be there. If this is all your body needs, try just that. If you want to extend and hold for 5 breaths. And then exhale, bend the knee, release, y baila, 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 baila. Good. 2 more standing bounces, and then we're going to do an external hip sequence. So I'm going to turn. My right foot is upstage, and then my left foot, I'm going to just turn it over for a moment. Hands on my low back. And from here, reach that back foot off of the floor and continue to reach it back as you come forward with your torso. So you're creating extension through the spine the whole way. 5 breaths. Warrior 3. Good. Exhale, bringing that leg back down and in. And once again, just shake it as you turn all the way around. Lightness through your joints, lightness through los pies, las rodillas, la cadera. Good. So step into now. This is my left leg, whatever side you're doing. Turn the top of your back foot over. So just even for a moment, stretching your foot. And remember, there's a big reach here of that leg back behind you. And that will help you find equilibrio, will help you find some balance as you stretch, stretch, stretch. Good. Exhale, release, coming back in. Do another little hokey pokey. Otro lado. And now I'm going to put weight once again in my right foot. Turn my left toes over. And then bend this knee, hand to my foot. Opposite arm can lift. Again, just stay right here if stretching your knee is the jam. Or once again, really focus on lengthening your back leg. Reaching your back leg. Estirando atrás con la pierna atrás. Couple breaths. And then exhale. Adentro otra vez. Baja la pierna y hacemos otra vez. Good, so let's try it now once again on the opposite side. So put weight into that back, the foot that's forward. Your back toes, turn them over. Get accustomed to balancing right here. And then exhale, pull the weight up, bend the knee. Good. Just stay here. If it feels nice, opposite arm up. If it feels nice, you can start reaching your back leg. When you start to feel your pelvis or your knee or any part of you off balance, just go back and start over. And when you feel ready, exhale, releasing the foot, coming all the way down. Muy bien. So now, once again, you're going to step to the top of your mat. This is my right side. And take my two arms up, 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 up. And a big, long stretch. Palmas abajo, take your palms down. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, let's bend the knees. Step your right foot, your left foot back. Two knees to the mat. Elbows in. Exhale, lift 5. Elbows in. Exhale, lift 4. Elbows in. Exhale, lift 3. Elbows in. Exhale, lift 2. Última vez. Abajo y ahora arriba. Good. Lift your hips. Good. And then this time, you're going to lift. Let's see. What do I want to do? Lift your left leg up. Arriba, arriba, arriba. Good. And then you can bend that knee. Let it stretch a little bit back behind you, opening the hip. If you're feeling fancy at home, you can always flip your dog, coming around, opening your chest. Good. And then exhale. Bring that top hand, bring your left hand right back, and the left leg, left foot comes behind that hand. Turn your toes out. Vamos a girar. Bueno, los dedos afuera. Y ahora coming up, you're going to come up through a warrior 2. Bend your front knee, straighten your back knee. If you want to make more space between your feet, just walk your toes out so you can get a nice right angle between the calf and your thigh and your warrior 2. Open across your shoulders, balanced across your hips. Good. Now push through your foot to reach back up, reach your ribs nice and long, all the way over this leg. Good. Your bottom rib cage pulling up slightly, top rib cage, costillas abajo. This is Trikonasana. Good. And then once again, the knee can bend and your top arm. Utthita Hasta Parsva Uttanasana. Long side angle stretch. Good. And then from here, top hand to the hip, or wherever you could take it to the floor. Step your back foot in. Good. So you've got about 2 feet between your front foot and your back foot. And then you'll walk your left hand out. Good. And then raise your right leg up and come into Ardha Chandrasana. Good, let's exhale, bend the knee, place the foot right back down where it came from. And then you're gonna push up, 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 up to lift. Turn your toes all the way in, and you're gonna pivot, pivot, pivot. Now the arms come up, so you should be facing the opposite direction because we're gonna get ready to do that sequence on the other side. Stretch out over your front leg. Now stretch the front foot back. Good. So from your down dog, we'll wait till everybody's in a good down dog. And then you can exhale, bring your knees in. And you're going to take your elbows to your side body. Take 5. And exhale, take 4. And exhale, take 3. Exhale, take 2. Really waking up your arms. Exhale, 1. Muy bien. Pushing your pelvis all the way up in the air in this down dog. Now your right leg can lift. The knee can bend. Stay right here. If you like, externally rotate, so you're reaching that leg. And if you want to flip the dog, you go all the way over, following that leg. No one, of course, has to do this. And then exhale, bring the hand right back down, top leg up. And now it comes in, or I've been liking putting my foot right behind my back hand. When I said back, I meant front. Good, so now those back toes turn out slightly, and you can walk your front foot a little more forward if that's helpful, and find yourself up in a warrior 2. Good, so check your muslo, check your thigh. It wants to bend and open so you can see your big toe. This opposite thigh wants to lift up. Arms out. Breathing in your warrior 2. So there's a warrior 2 where your calf and your thigh kind of make a right angle here. Good. Let's exhale. Lengthen that knee now. And then bring yourself gently, gently over this leg. Trikonasana. And I'll just remind you in all these poses, pause anywhere your body needs to just work, right? Maybe warrior 2 is your pose today. Good. So now, let's try bending this front knee again. Top arm over your ear. Brazo, bueno, sobre la oreja. Good. So keep enjoying a long stretch here. Beautiful. And then you can take your top hand to your hip, this back foot, bend the knee, and step it in. So then you get once again between the heel and más o menos otro talón, the other heel, about 2 feet. Then your front hand, you can walk it out about 1 foot. And then exhale, start to put the weight in that leg as you lift the opposite leg up. And perhaps take the arm all the way up. Bueno, estirando, respirando. Good. And then when you feel ready, set that foot down. Push all the way up. This front foot or your right foot, step it in. And you've got your 2 legs together, and we're back in the center of the mat. Okay, so now let's work 3 poses, balance poses of external rotation. So we're gonna start with, I'm gonna balance on my right leg. So I'm gonna lift my left heel, open the leg out, and then the first thing you wanna check is, did your weight shift? El peso del cuerpo, did it go to that, that standing leg side? You're gonna pull it in so you feel the muscle effort right here on the outside of the hip. From here, lift the foot, place the foot on your muslo, on your thigh. Good. Breathe. If you want to sweep the arms up, give it a go. 5 breaths. Exhale, release the arms. Exhale, release the leg. Baila, baila, baila. So again, this little light movement Just make sure your ankle, your feet are tracking after holding a big pose. So let's try now, holding the weight on the other side. I'm going to turn my toes up, lift the heel, check the hip. Did it go to the side? Try to pull in from the gluteus medius, the outside of the hip. And from there, lift up to 3, foot to the thigh. Good. Hold there for a moment. Hands on the hips if that's helpful. Arms up if that feels good. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen the back. So you push the heel into the floor, exhale, arms down, and then release. Good. Once again, just lightly move it out. Move your ribs, todo el cuerpo. Muy bien. Okay, so now we're going to try taking weight once again on your right leg. You're going to externally rotate, and then we're going to take hand to your foot, but outside of the hip. Once again, you want to feel it pull it in, and then if it feels nice, extend this leg. Good. Opposite arm can reach out. Good. 2 and 1. Remembering working with the bent knee also right here. Super useful. You're just teaching your body paso a paso, one step at a time. Okay, so let's try that pose. Otro lado. And you're going to lift the heel, open the knee, lift the leg, hold the foot, take a breath. Exhale, extend the knee as best you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, releasing. Foot moves in. Let's just do one more. So you're going to take, once again, left ankle to your right thigh. Open the knee for a moment. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, just begin a forward bend over this leg. Melting the top of your head over and out. Really feeling a deep stretch to the backs of your legs. Muy bien. So now from here, I'm going to push through your bottom foot. Bring yourself up. Yes. Exhale, release. And once again, find that lightness through your limbs. Good. So now let's try that on the other side. I'm going to take my tobillo, a mi muslo, my ankle to my thigh. Bueno, y la cadera está abierta. So if all you do is just hold and balance here, perfecto. Si quieres subir también los brazos, if you want to raise your arms, y bajamos. Bajamos, bajamos. Good. When you're at the floor there, really let the, músculos estira atrás. Let your muscles really stretch back there. And melt. Vamos a fundir el cuello. Good. And then as you feel ready, it's like gathering the weight of your body in that one foot. Exhale, releasing, coming up. Beautiful. Okay, so let's take your blanket now and put it here for a moment in the center of your mat, en el centro del tapete. And I'm going to go, so I'm going to have it really flat and plain because I will eventually use this for my headstand, but we're going to do just a little Ustrasana first. So bring your knees here one by one onto your tapete, onto your mat. And once you're here, hands on your low back for just a moment and feel yourself make your thighs more vertical. So as you move the thighs, muslos verticales, you're pushing your shin bones, your espinillas, más horizontal. So you're making them more horizontal. So again, thinking about almost like a right angle there between the calf and the thigh. So this is good work. Good. So holding on to that for just a moment. And then keep that as you take a little back bend. Good. Coming out of your back bend for just a moment. Hands on the low back. Let your head come down. Get to wake up that sensation of putting weight. Peso in la cabeza, in your head. And then exhale. Let's move it all the way up. Otra vez, you're going to move back up once again. And from here, this time, if you want to keep your thighs vertical, keeping your thighs vertical, and then move back a little bit, your hands kind of reaching to the thigh. Good, but that deep sense of vertical thighs is going to serve us here. Good, let's exhale and then bring your weight once again adelante. Bring your weight forward. Good, last time. And then this time, again, with your vertical thighs, if you want to reach your hands a little further back, perhaps to your heels, now you can really let your head go, your chest lift. 5 breaths. And exhale, release. Good. Let's come down, bending your head, taking it over one more time. Okay. So from this position here, walk your weight back. And you're going to try, so everybody can take a second, sit on your heels and reach your 2 arms out and take las manos detrás de la cabeza. Take your hands behind the head as you lengthen the back of the neck and pull your elbows afuera y adentro, afuera y adentro. Good. So just feel for a moment waking up your headstand strength. So if you don't want to work on a headstand, you could work right now on a forearm plank. So you would just bring your forearms down to the floor, pull your scapula down the back, and start to really, really wake up those sensations of how you stabilize your scapula while holding your head up. So that's thing 1. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can start to lift your tailbone, put your head in between your forearms, push your elbows here for a moment into your tapete, and then lift your hips up. So again, this is another little bit of great work. So if you come into what's called the dolphin pose, and then you actually push back enough here to lift and hold the weight of your head, that's pretty great. You can hold on to that or practice bending one knee and perhaps also the other knee, and then exhale to lift your legs, just any amount. Holding, feeling the thigh bones moving back. If you're in a headstand, aim for 10 breaths. Again, continuing to choose whether or not you're doing forearm stand, bend your 2 knees. Truenos, thunder. Exhale, reach your weight back. And from here, you can now come lift up and walk your weight back for a second. Take opposite hand to elbow and really allow your neck to release totalmente. So it doesn't matter which pose you did, everyone can benefit from a little neck hang. Good, and then from here, we're gonna exhale, bring your weight back down. And this time with your blanket, so we're gonna fold it a little differently. I'm gonna make sure I have kind of a ridge here for my head and shoulders. And so now we're gonna come down and practice halasana and shoulder stand. So I've got like this part of my blanket halfway folded over the bottom. All right, and then we're gonna come down, and when you come down, you wanna feel your shoulders are on your blanket, but your head is off. And then everybody, before you do any lifting up, just feel that knobby vertebra, bottom of your neck, C7, and then the top of the vertebra, C1. You want to keep that curve in your neck as neutral as possible in these poses. So just remember that you're trying to keep this part of the neck really relaxed. So everyone can begin here before we do anything else with just a Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. So begin by pressing your palmas down, press your palms down, and tuck your shoulder blades. Bueno, your omoplatos on your columna, on your spine, pushing down through the feet, lifting with the pelvis up. Give this 2-3 más respiraciones. Oh, the baby is moving a lot. It's like trying to, I don't know what it thinks is going on. All right, exhale. Bring your pelvis back down. Push your hands into the piso. So you're going to push your hands down into the floor, lift your pelvis up, 2 legs up, and then try to reach the legs overhead as you move your sitting bones kind of over your shoulders. You're going to stay right here. You could walk your shoulder blades a little bit more together, but just enjoy a few breaths in halasana. Letting your body acclimate to being upside down. And then you're going to bend your elbows, so fold at the forearms, bring your hands to the hips. And then actually you're really going to just support for a moment your hips in the weight with your hands. Let the 2 legs lift up. This is called, before you're all the way in a shoulder stand, this is called Viparita Karani. And so the difference is my weight is back in my hands. And that is definitely going to help me protect my neck. So I'm going to pull my shoulder blades as much as I can together as I then begin this lift of my weight up into Sarvangasana. Another thing that will help is actively reach your legs through the quadriceps, through the hamstrings, reach your legs up and feel those muscles. Los músculos están trabajando, and that's going to help you proteger, that's going to help you protect your neck. Good. And then when you feel like you've had some good breaths here, you can come out of the pose, nice and light, letting the thighs melt back down. Good, let the arms return to the floor. And then slowly, suavecito, let your pelvis come right back down to the mat. And then we're going to want to counter that pose, that inversion also with Matsasana, which Bronwyn demonstrated for us at the beginning of class. So if you push your elbows into the floor, empujamos los codos, and then come onto the top of your head. La tapa de la cabeza, you can really stretch your neck and throat. And this should feel like a bit of release. If you want to make it more about abdominals, extend the legs. And then you can exhale, release. And come all the way right back down. So last little big pose we'll do here is Urdhva Dhanurasana. We're doing this opposite the way that they do it in Ashtanga. In Ashtanga yoga, you do Urdhva Dhanurasana, then Sarvangasana, then headstand. but this is feeling better to me. So first thing you'll do is your heels in line with your sit bones, and then arms at your side. So another Sarvangasana, lift the pelvis up. Feeling a big stretch here. Good, just waking up again. Connection to the backs of the legs. Good, let's exhale, release, bring that down. So you can continue to work on that pose there, or you can take your hands to your heels, your talones, and try pushing your pelvis up. This is called Chatus Padasana. Again, another way to really help you wake up your back. Wake up the front body. Exhale, release, let it come down. Or now, 2 arms up, and then bring your palms under your shoulders. And you're going to push your hands into the floor, push your feet into the floor. Lift the pelvis, lift the shoulder blades, come onto the top of the head. And then as you feel ready, grounding your weight in your feet and your hands, you push up. Aim for 10 breaths. And then as you feel ready, coming back down, releasing, knees over the chest, knees a tu lado, bringing your knees to one side, your gaze in the opposite direction. Knees up and knees to the other side, so twist. Always help your back. Good. And from here, let's just take a minute to do any little additional stretches that would feel good too. If you want to unfold your blanket a little. If there's anything we did not get into, you want to take a little stretch of your hamstrings. Letting perhaps the soles of the feet come together, stretching your knees out, feeling a deep release around the sacroiliac. And then allowing the knees to kind of float out to the side. Chest open and spine long, la columna larga, pecho abierto. Muy bien. And now you can just let your legs float to the floor. También los brazos abiertos, your arms can float out. Let's close our eyes and aim to anchor and root through your breathing. Los huesos pesados, your bones heavy. Your breath light, la respiración ligera. The brow relaxed. Your jaw released. And then slowly, when you feel ready, just begin to lightly, vamos a mover los dedos de la mano, dedos del pie. You can move your feet, move your toes, your fingers. Hacemos círculos con las muñecas. You can make circles with your wrists. Hacemos círculos con los tobillos, with your ankles. Take a big long stretch out and draw your knees, las rodillas sobre el pecho, knees over the chest. Bueno, meciendo la espalda lado y lado, adelante y atrás, forward and back. Muy bien. Vamos a girar a la derecha. You're going to turn to the right. And we'll bring ourselves up, seated position. And you can bring your palms together, bow the head, close the eyes. Tu práctica es un regalo. Your practice is a gift. Thank you. Feliz año nuevo y namaste.